Hi everyone, this is Subramani Gunashekhar. In this video, we're going to see 7 principles for a great life. And this video is made from the book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. I have at least read this book 3 to 4 times before making this video, and I have summarized to best of my knowledge. In this book, author talks about a fictional character called Julian Mantle. Julian Mantle was a very successful lawyer. He lived in a mansion, he owned a Ferrari, he even had a private jet for himself. He was making millions of dollars a year. However, the sad part is he was not happy at all. He worked very hard, but he never enjoyed the benefit of his work. He had all the money, he had all the wealth, but he always wanted to make more. Therefore, he worked very hard, which resulted in early aging. Though he was 53, he looked like 80 years old. He also got divorced because he could not spend much time with his family. Not only this, his work pressure decides to get him very badly one day. While Julian Mantle was fighting a case in the court, he falls unconscious to the ground due to heart attack. Post recovery, his doctor gives him a very strict warning stating that he got to choose one among 2 options. One is his life, another one is his career. Julian Mantle gets very upset and heartbroken hearing this. But here comes a twist in the story. Julian Mantle decides to sell his mansion and a red Ferrari he owned, which actually made the story very popular. What he does with the money is very surprising. He decides to travel to India in search of spirituality, and he happens to meet a Buddhist monk in Himalayas. That Buddhist monk teaches Julian Mantle a balance between his personal life and a career. Buddhist monk teaches Julian Mantle the principle to stay happy and successful in life with 2 conditions. One is, if Julian gets benefited from what the monk teaches, he should not keep it to himself. He should go ahead and spread it to others. Another one is, the Buddhist monk will teach these principles to Julian in a story form, therefore he may not forget it. And the story goes like this.
Imagine you're in a gorgeous green garden. Everything is silent and calm around you. Many colored flowers are blooming in the garden, making the sight very beautiful. And in the center of this garden, you notice a red lighthouse, and from the red lighthouse comes a 9-foot tall sumo wrestler weighing over 900 pounds. As he comes out of the lighthouse, he starts to walk in the beautiful green garden. Now you're casting your eye on him, not only because he's a big creature, but also he is totally naked. The only thing on him is a pink wired cable underwear to cover his private parts. As the sumo wrestler is wandering in the green garden, he finds a shiny gold watch. When he starts to march towards the shiny gold watch, he slips and falls unconscious to the ground. You're all ready to rush towards the sumo wrestler to see if everything is okay with him. As you near him, you notice that his nostrils are moving. That's right, he's about to wake up. But what woke him up is the fragrance of the yellow roses surrounded by him. After he woke up, he looks towards his right, there is nothing. And then he looks towards his left and he notices a path covered with millions of sparkling diamonds. Something makes him to take that path. That's it. You just heard the most important story you will ever hear, says the Buddhist monk. Julian Mantle gets very upset and tells Buddhist monk, this story makes no sense at all and I never understood anything from the story. Buddhist monk patiently replies to Julian Mantle, don't be upset, that's why we are here to reveal the 7 meaning of this story, and starts to explain the 7 hidden principles for a great life from the story.
The green garden in the story indicates our mind. There is a famous quote, what you sow is what you reap. If you sow good seeds, you will eventually reap good fruits. Instead, if you put garbage in the garden and stop watering the place, very soon it will turn into a dump. Similarly, if we flood our brain with positive thoughts such as sympathy, kindness, love, and keep motivating ourselves, our brain will turn into a gorgeous green garden and start bearing good fruits. Instead, if we fill our brain with negative thoughts and stop giving regular exercise to our brain, very soon it will turn into a dump, and definitely one day it will yield poison. The sumo wrestler in the story indicates kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese word which means continuous learning and improvement. Author says if we are failing in our life, it simply means we have failed our self-discipline. Self-discipline is a bridge between our goals and accomplishment. Author says self-discipline is something when your friends are literally begging you to hang out with them and you decide to say no because you're way too busy in putting yourself in a position to win the life. We must ask one question to ourselves. Do we really have the strength to say no to the things that is stopping us from becoming successful? The pink cabled underwear on the sumo wrestler indicates self-control. It may be small on the sumo wrestler, but without it, it wouldn't have been a pleasant sight to see the sumo wrestler. As I mentioned, that underwear was made with pink cable. The cables are usually made with thin wires. These thin wires are very weak when they are alone, but when they are put together, they are very strong than the iron rods. Similarly, our self-control is made with a lot of small things, such as waking up early in the morning, eating healthy. You may think the small things doesn't make big difference, but trust me, these small things bring very, very big changes in our life. The shiny gold watch in the story indicates time. No matter how rich or how poor we are, we all have same 24 hours of time. But what makes us happy or sad, what makes us rich or poor, depends on how we use this 24 hours of time. We all have this habit of procrastinating, nothing but just a waste of time. By the time we build castles in the air, someone has already signed a profitable deal. By the time we wake up in the morning, someone is already returning from the gym feeling healthy, fresh and happy. Just because author says time is very precious, that doesn't mean we need to work all the time, but we need to make time to have fun. Let me give you a very simple breakdown of this breakup of 24 hours. If we use 9 hours to work, and 6 hours to sleep, and 2 hours to travel on a daily basis, and 2 hours to get your things done such as brushing teeth, getting bath, etc., and 1 hour to exercise, trust me, we still have 4 hours with us. Do the max if you don't trust me. Fragments of the yellow rose which woke up the sumo wrestler when he fell unconscious to the ground indicates the social cause. Author says we don't live in an island, we belong to a part of humanity, therefore we need to help each other when there is need arise. And also author says helping others gives us priceless happiness and satisfaction. A study proves 90% of world population are not satisfied with their life. It's because we are always focused on us and on the people that we know. Everyone has something to do. Everyone who came to this earth got something to give it back to this earth. For example, if you're a good talker, talk and motivate others. If you're good at music, produce the noise, produce the sound that may change the world. If you're good at movies, you watch a lot of movies, then make a movie that might at least change one person's life. That's what author is trying to say here. And diamonds in the story represents the current moment. Diamonds always represents the present moment. We humans always live in the past or we live in the future. We don't live the current life. For example, when we were kids, we always wanted to grow up. After we grow up, we always feel that our childhood was so happy. But what author says is our present life, the current moment is a gift from the God. Whatever it is, like we need to be thankful for that. Maybe our job that we have right now, or maybe the talent that God has given to us, or the family that we have right now, which many of us don't. So we need to be thankful for God for that and enjoy the present moment. If you all don't remember the complete video, you can remember the events that happened in the story. For example, the green garden, which indicates our mind. Then comes the lighthouse, which says to have a goal in our life. Then comes the sumo wrestler, who says discipline is very important. Then is pink underwear, which says self-control is very important. And the shiny gold watch, which says time is very precious and we need to master the art of using the 24 hours which God has given appropriately. And then comes yellow fragrance, to have the fragrance of the yellow roses, to have a purpose, to have a social cause, help others. And then finally comes diamond, which says live in a current moment. Thank you very much for everyone for watching this video. If you all like this video and if you feel this was helpful, please share it with your friends and please subscribe and like my channel. Thank you.